What's up, guys? Guy Quiet for Spilt Milk here, and today I'm going to talk about the latest F1 story. As many of you are aware, Sebastian Vettel is going to leave Ferrari at the end of 2020. He's going to be replaced by Carlos Sainz, and in turn, Sainz is going to be replaced by Daniel Ricciardo. So a huge series of moves there. So basically, this means there's a vacant seat at Renault. So who's going to take this seat? There are many people who can take this seat. First of all, there's the first person who's made this jigsaw possible, Sebastian Vettel, the person who's left Ferrari to allow Sainz to take his place and Ricciardo to take Sainz's place at McLaren. Sebastian Vettel, what do I think about him? I don't think he would look at Renault unless they show competitiveness during 2020. Yeah, with Sebastian Vettel, I don't think he'd go for it, to be honest. The second person I'd like to look at is Fernando Alonso. Will he get a third spell at the team? It seems very unlikely. It seems a very outside choice, but he might do it. You never know. There's never other contenders. There's another person I'd like to say is Nico Hülkenberg. Again, he was the one who was dropped from Renault after Renault decided to go with Ocon and Ricciardo as their drivers for the 2020 season. After a season out, can he come back straight away? Who knows? Another choice I'd like to pick is the Red Bull development team drivers. That's like Daniel Kvyat, Pierre Gasly, Albon. I think Kvyat would be the most probable choice because he's had experience both Red Bull and Ferrari. But I don't think he's going to go anywhere further with the Red Bull the Red Bull saga story thing. But then again, Kvyat, he also has Russian links, so maybe if Renault want to help break into the Russian market, through Kvyat, they might be able to do that. Another thing I want to touch on is Pierre Gasly, a French driver. It's been about 25 years, or perhaps longer than. Let me sweat this out quickly off the top of my head. Yeah, almost 25 years since a French driver's actually won a Grand Prix. That was the last time it was done with Olivier Panis and Ligier back in 1996. Before that, it was John Alesi in 1995 in the Ferrari at the Canadian Grand Prix. So, as an Englishman, we talk about a lot, years of hurt with the World Cup, not winning since 1966. Well, in France, it's kind of like 25 years of hurt with Grand Prix. There's not, the word Grand Prix itself is French. That's where, along with the British, the French helped, basically created the racing as it is. I mean, the FIA is Federation International Automobile, which is French. So the FIA is actually a French acronym. So yeah, it's been quite a long time since France has had a top-line driver in the sport. You've had since Panis, you've had Bourdais, you've had Grosjean. Yeah, less said about him the better. And you've also had there's also another one, I can't remember his name at the moment, but there's not maybe many French drivers coming through doing well, winning races. Yeah, I had to look it up. I couldn't believe it's not since 1996 there's been a French winner of a Grand Prix. I'm sure Renault, as a French team, would like to at least be the springboard to help, to at least help the next French talent come in. With Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon, they could hedge their bets. At least, hopefully, one of them would become a star of the future. I mean, Ocon himself is in the Mercedes program, so he could, Ocon, he could be the next big French driver. Who knows? Alexander Albon, I mean, he's I know he's British, but he's also Thai as well. So maybe having Albon on board will help reach the Southeast Asian market for Renault. So might be a reason why they might want to go with Albon. I did mention about Mercedes. Maybe someone like George Russell might be good for Renault, and it'd be absolutely a peach of an idea for Mercedes. Be able to compare both Renault and Ocon, both at the same team. Might help them decide which one of the two drivers they see their future with, and seeing how they get on with each other. These two might be teammates at Mercedes one day, for example. Another driver for Renault could be one of the Haas drivers, Grosjean, again with the French connection, but I doubt they'll go with Grosjean. Basically, if you look at his record, it'll speak for itself. Kevin Magnussen, he was with the team after Pastor Maldonado, sponsorship dried up. He was basically drafted in to replace him to do that. I don't know. I don't think his move to Haas paid off. So maybe a move back to Renault might be something that might be attractive to Kevin Magnussen. Who knows? What Renault really want to go with? They want to develop their youth drivers. I mean, they're perfectly entitled to do so. I mean, what's the point of having youth drivers if you're not going to use them? They have a Dane in the name of Christian Lundgaard. He's probably the most horrible person. If when they wanted to use a development driver, that'll probably be him. Who's currently driving in Formula 2. They also have a Chinese reserve driver, Guan Yu Zhu, as well, and they also have a British Formula 3 driver, Max Futuel, as well. So there's plenty of options there for Renault to go from, whether they want to go with experience without routes, like Vettel or Alonso or Hulkenberg, or they want to perhaps look at more commercial side of things, like with the Red Bull, reserve drivers like Kvyat, Albon, and Gasly. Or they can just look at youth, George Russell. I'm sure Mercedes would let George Russell have a season or two at Renault. Just be good to evaluate him, especially alongside Ocon, decide the future. Also, when they've got their own, as I said, their own youth drivers as well. So plenty of to think about there. Plenty of drivers there for Renault to consider for the role. As a final verdict, who will get it? Oh, I'm really stumped this time. It's really, as I said, it's really thrown open. Renault, the team, they finished 5th place, so we're the sort of team where if you can't get a top line drive, they're the next best thing. Or if you're a lower team, they're the sort of team you want to try and break into to get yourself into the top team. Well, it worked for Ricciardo and it's worked for Sainz. Both of them drove for Renault. Now both of them are, up at higher drives, so why not? Yeah, so if I had to pick a winner, I'm going to say Christian Lundgaard. I think because Renault have said many times they wanted to promote their youth drivers, so why not give them a go while there's a space? Yeah. So I'm going to go with Christian Lundgaard as the person to replace Daniel Ricciardo at Renault. I don't think Vettel or Alonso or Hulkenberg would go to Renault even if they were offered a drive. But there might be other circumstances that need to fall into place before any three of those would want to come back. Certain stipulations and other things. I mean, there was some huge shocks before, like when Ricciardo did join Renault in the first place. That was a huge shock I didn't expect. So who knows what might happen? But at the moment, I'm going to say go with Christian Lundgaard as the winner. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, don't hit that. What I will say is don't hit that like button and don't hit that subscribe button. Just don't do it, all right? Honestly, don't do it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll be releasing a new video in regards to F1 soon.